we find that our powers of observation tend to get brushed aside, and we stop believing in what we experience because it can't always be recreated in a laboratory setting. Okay, we've been taught that if something is real, that you should be able to recreate it in an experiment or in a laboratory setting. Not everything is like that. And so a lot of Earth humans poo-poo their first impressions because it's so fleeting. And then I have to repeat something that the Panti told me that was really important. And what they said was, you Earth humans are too vision-centric. And I said, what do you mean by that? If you don't see it with your eyes, you don't trust your other senses and believe what your other senses have told you. I said, can you give me an example? And Tani said, sure. Let's say that you have a visitor that sits in your living room and you go into the kitchen around the corner out of sight, and your visitor hears pots and pans and a mixer and cupboard doors opening and closing and packages being opened and the refrigerator opening and closing and an egg being cracked on the edge of a bowl and the oven beeping that it's preheated, and then the oven door opening and a pan being slid into the oven, and 10 minutes later you smell chocolate chip cookies. But you haven't seen a thing. Because you haven't seen it, did your other senses lie to you? Did it really happen? Are there really chocolate chip cookies coming? And so what she said was, you need to rely and trust your other senses that are telling you the truth and are being accurate about what is happening, even though you cannot see something. There are many things that occur outside of your visual spectrum. Your visual spectrum is very limited compared to other nations. You do not see an infrared, you do not see an ultraviolet. You do not see in very low light. You do not have an extreme accuracy far distance. It's very limited compared to other nations. And when you don't see something, you tend to poo-poo it as if it is not true. She said, I can find someone else to eat your chocolate chip cookies if you want. So that story, that point, was very well taken. And so I have learned to, when the Panti visit our home, use my ears, use my other senses, touch, smell, sometimes taste. But for the most part, I've had to trust other senses other than my eyesight. And
also feeling within your energies field, feeling other energies within it, trusting your instincts.
Yes, trusting your first instinct. How many times have we said, oh, if I'd only gone with the very first thing I thought?
Or I feel like somebody's watching me.
Yes.